Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and I'm coming to you this afternoon with yet another, and this will be definitely the last puzzle I record before I go on holidays to try and get it into the holiday schedule. This is one that appeared on the Cracking the Cryptic Discord server only, I think it was today, by a setter I had not seen any puzzles from before. This is from KingOfArrows, and it immediately jumped out to me because it's using some constraints that I like. So I messaged KingOfArrows and asked if I could do the puzzle and got permission, so here it is. This is a puzzle called When Opposites Attract, and I know nothing about it apart from the rules. So before I get onto the puzzle, this will be, I'm not sure when this is going to come out, to be honest, so I'm not going to talk about that. If there will be links below to attempt this puzzle yourself, I have no idea between now. As I said, it was released today, my time, but by the time this video comes out, it could have, I don't know, been everywhere by then. I really have no idea. It's going to be days. But there'll be links below to where you can solve this puzzle. KingOfArrows is on the Cracking the Cryptic Discord server where I found this puzzle. And if you like this video or you like the puzzle, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to get more puzzles. I have no idea how hard this is. KingOfArrows has not told me, so you will have a better idea from the duration of the video. Yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, let's get on to this one. One other thing that I did want to mention is setters who would like to submit puzzles to me. My contact details are also below. And I think that's it. So let's go into the rules of this puzzle. So standard Sudoku rules apply. As I said, this puzzle, when opposites attract from KingOfArrows, there are normal Sudoku rules. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. There are these 4 shaded areas which also must contain the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. This is also known as Windoku with the puzzles set in this position because these extra regions are in the positions of extra windows. And there's a trick to Windoku that I will go into before I solve this, because if you know the trick, Windoku becomes a lot more easy. I've actually covered it on another video on my channel, one of the first videos I did on my channel. And if you don't know it, it's a little bit of a nightmare. Shares, this is an XV pairs. Cells that are separated by an X must sum to 10. Cells that are separated by a V must sum to 5. Not all X's and V's are given. And then there are these circles in box 5, and these tell us that the cells that around those must contain those 4 digits. So these will be 2, 5, 3, and 9, and these will be 1, 3, 5, and 8. And that's what we're given. And from this will be a few given digits, and this will make this a solvable grid. So I'm now going to go into the trick of Windoku, which is actually one of the first things when I was starting to solve Sudoku. This is before I'd even heard about set theory. I discovered this on my own. It took me ages, well over an hour, I think, to discover this. But there are, in any Windoku grid, and if you understand set theory, this is actually quite easy, there are hidden regions. And I'm going to demonstrate this using rows 2, rows 3, and rows 4. And if you look at row 2, row 3, and row 4, and if I was to highlight them, one thing you know about those is this is 3 sets of the digits from 1 to 9. So in here there will be 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, etc. But we also know that this box is a set of the digits 1 to 9. So if I remove it, I've now got 2 sets of the digits 1 to 9. And this is a set of the digits 1 to 9. So if I remove it, I'm still left with 1 set of the digits 1 to 9. So this is going to be a unique set of the digits 1 to 9. So these 9 cells here will be 1 to 9 without repeats. I can do the same down here. So what I know is these will be a set of the digits 1 to 9 without the repeats. I can do the same here. So I know that these cells will be a set of the digits 1 to 9 without repeats, and these cells will be a set of the digits 1 to 9 without repeats. And even though a lot of people will color these with 4 different numbers, if there's too many colors on the grid, I often find that it's harder for me to see. So I just color them where there's a sharing border that they're different. And I remember that this, and this is a region, and that's just something you can do. A lot of people solving Windoku can do it without even coloring. But one of the reasons I wanted to color it is to demonstrate one other thing, which is if you now look at the grid, we now have one set of the digits 1 to 9, another set here. So that's 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. And this is 8. So all of those cells are 8 sets of the digits from 1 to 9. And a grid will have 9. So these cells that are still white are another unique set of the digits 1 to 9. So in those cells there, we will have another set of the digits 1 to 9 without repetition, and that's worth remembering. And keeping that in mind, that will make this much easier to solve. So now let's try and do it. Now, the first thing I will normally do is whenever there is V's in a grid, I will highlight them and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, because we know that if you put a 5 in here, the other side would have to be a 0. And if you put a higher number, you'd have to put a negative number at the other end. That's not going to work. I can take 1 out of those, which means I can take 4 out of the other side. I can take 2 out of there, so I can take 3 out of there. I can take 2 out of there, so I can take 3 out of there. I can take 1 out of there, so I can take 4 out of there. That did not give me as much as I would have liked. These 4 cells, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in this extra region, must be 5, 7, 8, and 9. And I can't put 9 in there, so there's a 9 in one of those two. Oh, and 9 has to be in one of those 4. So 9 is not there. So this is a 5, 7, 8 triple, and that becomes a 9. Oh, I can't put 5 or 8 in there either. That's a 7. And this is a 5, 8 pair. And the reason I can't put 5, 8, or 9 in here is because we know that 5, 8, and 9 must appear around those circles. Oh, okay, there's another thing we can see here. 3 and 5 must be in those 4, and 3 and 5 must be in those 4. So that is a 3, 5 pair, which makes that 1, 8, and this 2 and 9. No, 2 and 9. Which means these are 4 and 6. Nine has to go down here. I'm not sure. Eight is down here somewhere, but it can't be in the top one. So 8 is in one of those two, and that's because of the 8's there, and the 8 will be in one of those two. So 8 is in one of those two. I have to put a 7 in here. What can this be? It can't be 1, 9 because the 9 is taken up. It can't be 2, 8 because the 8 is taken up. And it can't be 4, 6 because the 6 is taken up. This is 3, 7. So if that means this is not 3 and this is not 2. This is not 3 and this is not 2. So this is 4 and this is 1. Which puts 1 somewhere in here. This is not 4 and this is not 1. So this is 2, 3. So this is not 3 and this is not 2. This is 1, 4 now. 1, this has to be a 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 2. Which puts 2 somewhere in those two. And it can't be there. So 2 in this box can't be in this row because of that 2, can't be in this row because of that 2, can't be there because of the 2, 3 pair, and it can't be there because of the 2 in this region. This is a 2, this is an 8. This is kind of fun. I enjoy puzzles with discoveries like this. I really do. The question will be is where am I supposed to be looking? This is a triple. So it's 3, 5, and 6. That can't be 6. So this is either 1, 9 or 4, 6 because it can't be 2, 8 or 3, 7 because they're all in there. And I can't use 3, 8 or 4, 7 because they're taken up in the column anyway. So 1, 9 or 4, 6 in here. This will possibly force it. Like if this is 1, 4, this cannot be either of... No, this could be the high digit and this be the low digit. So that doesn't force it. Where am I looking? I really don't know. What is under pressure? So this is a quad. This is feeling like a horrible thing. It's actually not too bad when I look at it. So this is 1, 5, 8, and 9, but I can't put 9 in those. It was just 9 in those I couldn't do. So that's actually not great. What am I missing? I mean, it's good that this puzzle's got some teeth to it. I've just got to figure out where it's biting me. 6 can't go in there or in there because of the given 6s. I don't think that's it. 2 in this box is actually limited. 2 can't go there. 2 can't go in either of those because of the 2, 3. 2 can't go there because of that 2, because of the region in the white cells. And 2 can't go there. Oh, yes, it can. It's not as limited as I thought. So what am I missing? This cell looks like it's under some pressure. It can't be 1, can't be 2, can't be 3, can't be 4, can't be 5. So this is 6, 7, or 8. And it can't be 8 because of the 5, 8. This is a 6 or a 7. Can't be a 7 because of the 3, 7. This is a flat out 6. So it can't be 1, can't be 2, can't be 3, can't be 4, can't be 5, could be 6, can't be 7, can't be 8, can't be 9. That's a 6, that's a 4, that's a 6. So these become 1, 5, 8, and 9 because that's all that's missing from this bottom yellow region. These can't be 9 because 9 has to appear in one of those two to be in the row. Six is in one of those three. This is now a triple though, which is 1, 7, and 9. That's not 1. This is not 6. So we've now got a 3, 5 pair in the column, which makes that 6. This is 3, 5, and 7, which means 7 must be in one of those two. I was thinking 7 in this box has to be in one of those, so that forces that to be a 7, but that is one of the options for this box. These cells that sit outside in Windoku always cause me to be a little confused. Where am I looking? This is now a quad. 6 is in one of those two, and it must be there because 6, 6, and 6. So 6 and 6 are forcing it into one of this row. There's a 1 there, and that 6 is knocking it out of there. This becomes a 6, which takes 6 out of those, which takes 4 out of those. This is a 1, 9 pair. I take 1 and 9 out of there. So this is now 1, 5, 8. This becomes the 9. 1 must be down here now. So I take 1 out of there. I take 4 out of there. And that's because of this 1, 5, 8 triple in this bottom yellow region. This becomes 2, 3. This cannot be 2. This cannot be 3. And I've now got 1, 4 in this right-hand green region, which means this cannot be a 1. This is an 8 and this is a 1. Which makes that the 9 and that the 1, which makes that 2 and that 9. Two and 2, I absolutely have to put 2 in here somewhere, but it cannot go here because that would see that one. So 2 is in one of those two cells. That 2 looks up, that becomes the 2. This is fun. 1 is absolutely in one of those two cells, which I've got from the 1, 5, 8 triple. There's a 3 in one of those two cells in the top yellow region, so this becomes a 5, this becomes a 3. This 1 takes 1 out of that cell because, remember, they're the same region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, An 8. So this is 4, 5, and 8. This can't be an 8 because of that 8. This can't be a 5 because of that 5. This can't be a 4 because of the 1, 4 pair over here. This is a 5. This is an 8. This is a 4. That 8 makes this a 1, 5. So it takes the 5 out of 3, 5, 7 in that region. This is now a 3, 7 pair in row 8. So these are 1, 4, 5, 8. And I can't put 1, 5. This is a 4, 8 pair because of the 1, 5 pair already in there. So that takes 8 out of there. More importantly, it takes 4 out of there. That's 1, that's 4, that's 5. 5 and 8 see that because there's the 8 over there. So this is a 1. This must be a 3, 7 to go with either that one or that one. This is just good fun. I've been really lucky with just good fun puzzles. Like, they're not super easy, but good fun things for me to just discover, just journey through the grid and find things. Okay, so this bottom yellow region is mostly done. This top yellow region, that 9 is seeing that, so that becomes 7. This can't be 7 or 9, it must be 1. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This must become an 8. So now this top yellow region is done. These green regions are done a bit less. The trick with these also is how do you pencil mark? Because do you keep your pencil marking to the boxes? Do you keep it to the extra regions? On some Windoku I've really had to change my pencil marking as I've gone through to look for pressure points. But this one, this is just a discovery. So 2 has to go in one of those because this 2 sees those, this 2 sees those, and these 2 see that one. So in this grey region, 2s have to go there, and they're within this box, so that's all good. So 2s and 2s are lining up, which means in this box 2 can't go in the top there. So 2 goes in those 2 cells in the left-hand green region, which I could have got from being knocked out from that 2 and being knocked out from that 2 and that cell being full. So, yeah. So what's the most full? This box has 4 candidates left. 5, 7, 8, 9. That can't be 8, 9, or 5. That's a 7. So I can take the 7 out of those. These are 5, 8, and 9. I can't put 8 in there, so that's a 5, 9, and that's an 8. And this is a 5, 9 pair. This is now a quad, which is 2, 3, 4, and 7. There's no 2 in there. There's no 7 in there. This is a 2, 3, or a 4 because 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are taken up. So these are 2, 3, and 4. That can't be a 2 or a 4. That's the 3. That's the 2. That's the 3. That's the 4. There is no 4 there. There is no 4 in either of those. That's a 3, 7. That's a 2. There's a couple of things I can look at now, and I'm not sure what's best. This 7 makes this 9. And now this becomes a 5 because there's 2 3s looking at it. And I'm actually going to look at the thing that I find most interesting, which is in the white cells. We've got 1, 2, 3, don't have 4, 5, don't have 6. So these are a 4, 6 pair, which I could have got from just looking at the column, but I've got a Windoku set. Let's use it. This sees a 4, so that becomes a 6, and that becomes a 4. I could have got 4s in lots of different ways. This row is now missing 7 and 9, and there's a 9 looking at it, so that becomes a 7 and that becomes a 9. This Windoku region, I could do normal Sudoku boxes all the time. Let's do a Windoku region. That's 4 or 6, and there's a 6 looking at it, so that becomes a 4 and that becomes a 6. That 3 looks down, making that 2 and that 3. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a box. That's 2 and 8. The 2 is looking up, so that becomes 8 and that becomes 2. The 8 looks down, making that 5 and that 8. This box is now missing 5 and 7. The 5 is making that 7 and that 5. That 5 sees that 3, so that becomes a 3. That becomes a 7. That becomes a 5. This 7 sees that 3 by regards of this extra region, so that becomes a 3. That 3 looks up, making that 7 and that 3. This box is now missing 7 and 9. The 7 is looking down, making that 9 and that 7. These two cells are actually a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are a 3, 6. That sees a 3 in multiple different ways, so that becomes a 3. That 6 is not what I needed, so this is going to be resolved somehow. It's that 8 looking down. That is a 4. That is an 8. The 4 looks up, making that 1 and that 4. The 1 looks down, making that 5 and that 1. The 5 looks up, making that 9 and that 5. I've missed. This 7 makes this 3, and I stick in a 7, and that completes the puzzle. And that's what happens when opposites attract. I really enjoyed that puzzle. I mean, I'm always going to say that if I don't enjoy a puzzle, will it appear on the channel? Question for the ages. No, that was good fun. I really hope people gave that a try. I always say the same things, don't I? Like, I need to come up with new material, but I don't need to. That's what the setters do. They send me awesome material and I get to feature it on my channel. Easiest job in the world. So that was good fun. I am not kidding. It really was. I like that one. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you, King of Arrows, for giving me permission to do the puzzle. And yeah, please come back for more. I'm going to keep trying to find puzzles like this. And I'm glad that King of Arrows, I'm glad that you've started setting. I had a look and I could not see many puzzles from you. Nothing in the archive, just a couple in testing. If this is one of your first puzzles, it was good fun. Thank you. I hope that the comments below and the feedback that you get is positive, so you continue to do more. While, you know, we're all out there trying to get the illustrious cracking the cryptic feature, and, you know, the competition just means it's like, oh no, we're never going to hit them. Please, more setters, more puzzles. It's all worth it. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoy your puzzling, and I'll see you after my holidays.